Hey, welcome to the Mega Bull Crypto Decoder channel. Now, we're going to go over Alliance Block today. And I think this is an interesting project. Again, when I'm doing these crypto series, I'm treating this like we're both learning together. Okay? So, it's a good way to introduce many people to different tokens. And I'm presenting tokens that I believe have use case, fundamentals, a team backing it, partnerships. And that's what's important, right? We know obviously that the crypto market took a big old dump today, but that's okay because when you know what you own and you're focused on fundamentals, it doesn't matter, right? You're keeping a long-term perspective. Now, you want to take profits along the way, right? And then let the rest ride. But, volatility swings don't affect you because they have a long-term use case. Now, I'll show you here a little bit of what I'm looking at, and it's interesting that from its previous high, right? And if you measure it from the lowest point here, it came and retraced to the 702 almost exactly, and then came down and it's tumbling down. So, we'll see what happens next. However, let me just say I am pretty impressed with Alliance Block. And so let's go ahead. This is going to be a very, or a longer video than usual, but I think it's going to be well worth it because they do a lot. And if you want to know more about Alliance Block, I know King Solomon will sometimes do some videos and talk about Alliance Block. He's a great resource, does great research. So here it says bridging traditional and decentralized finance. And the Alliance Block ecosystem is creating an ecosystem of stakeholders across the full spectrum of traditional and decentralized finance with a vision to create a fully decentralized and globally compliant capital market. Industry stakeholders and service providers can become a node in the Alliance Block ecosystem and propose their services while being compliant with multi-jurisdictional regulations and also seamlessly plugging into legacy TradeFi systems. Now, it's interesting because all these digital assets that I'm doing a series on, they're all interconnected in a way. And you'll see here, I did one on Ocean and they're partnered with Alliance Block. Now, I know Alliance Block is somehow, I need to get more information on this, but Alliance Block seems to, I think I don't want to misspeak, but they're doing something with Casper. And I don't know if there's a node that's being run on the Casper network because Casper's a layer one. So I'll have to do some digging. I know Kevin Cage and King Solomon were discussing it and posted about it. Anywho, all these digital assets are interconnected in one way or another and have partnerships with each other. So here we see the Alliance Block Protocol, right? It's at the center. And we have the legal and compliance, right? We have TradeFi Capital, whether that be private banks, investment banks, etc., stock exchange, sovereign funds, mutual funds, pension funds, credit unions. So it's this is a massive digital asset. You see they have the fintech providers, right? KYC, AML, custodian services, etc. DeFi, they're doing it all. Stablecoins, PTP lending, data oracles, yield farming, insurance, derivatives, NFT markets, everything. And they have the legal and compliance side. Ecosystem participants include financial institutions, data processors. Here, and you can look at that. New generation of globally compliant capital markets. So here, their ecosystem is a multifaceted platform that enables its members to issue, transfer, and own tokenized and/or digitized assets. It's an open ecosystem that allows any entity to create assets and applications without the need for approvals from centralized quote-unquote trust authorities. It uses human and machine intelligence to harness the wisdom of groups in decision making and governance. And so they're connecting to global markets on chain to build an enhanced cross-border financial infrastructure. Okay, so they're trying to get rid of that siloed system and build a more interconnected financial infrastructure. And it's obviously going to have regulatory oversight, right? You saw appear how it all connects to TradeFi Capital, FinTech, DeFi, and the legal aspect. And their website's kind of nice. I really like how they laid out this website. Okay, so here's the partnerships. This is I think the team and the partnerships, and obviously the use case of the token is highly important. But look at these high quality A1 partnerships. Quant, Chainlink, the London Stock Exchange, right? Orion, Amazon Web Services, right? Let's see any others that were recognized here. Ocean, right? See, Alliance Block will build a data pipeline on top of Ocean, where user data has such as KYC, AML, KYB will be stored, and users will be able to use role-based access control to give access and revoke access to data. This product is part of Alliance Block's use case to bridge traditional finance and decentralized finance applications by providing illiquid assets short-term financing to high net worth individuals at private banks. Folks, this is huge. Okay? And I'm showing you the assets that I think have real fundamentals and use cases. One I want to do some research on is API 3, and I think that's one of the next videos I'm going to do. Okay? So API 3, we have, let's see here, DAO Maker, right? Binance Smart Chain, Energy Web Token. This is another gem that I want to do a video on. Okay, Hedera Hashgraph. We see Elrond, Polygon. So, folks, all these assets have something to do with each other, and I'm covering them, and I'm showing you the use case. I'm giving you the seed. Now, you harness that seed and go ahead and do more research on it. But I'm giving you the little boost. Now, let's go to the team. Now, when I was looking at the team, I was like, wow. It reminded me, okay, they're not on XRP/Ripple's status, right? Because you got the Treasury Secretary joining their board. You have Sandy O'Connor, right? You have an ex-SEC commissioner. I forget her name, but she kind of looks like Janet Yellen. She's a old grandma, but highly intelligent individual. So here we see their CEO, right? He has been developing and implementing models and methodologies to help organizations with forecasting and risk management. He's a quantitative analyst at Barclays. He completed the building and deployment of a high scalable deep learning model, etc. He says all his accolades, right? So he has quantitative finance. Here we see the CTO, right? The CTO has entrepreneur experience. He has hands-on software development experience and management. He founded and managed 3 other companies. Here we see that she worked at JP Morgan. She worked on structured and exotic products across equities, FX, rates, credit, and commodities. Okay, because they're dealing with the stock market, right? You see the London Stock Exchange was part of their partnerships. And then we keep going down. And these folks, these guys have 20 years in banking and fintech, and he's been working in the international banking software industry. He Swiss FinTech Award, Kickstart Accelerator. Okay, so these guys are no schmucks, right? He's a quantum mechanics ENS, quant 18 plus years. So, and you can go on and check out these other folks. Okay, so they're no schmucks here. We go here to, okay, Alliance Block Token Economy. They've designed it to ensure that platform and revenue growth correlate with increased utility and demand for the Alliance Block token. And the tokens are the backbone of this ecosystem, which is important to note. If the token For example, XDC. I believe that R3, if I'm not mistaken, has ties to XDC. And XDC was created because they needed a token that would help with the whole functionality of their system, right? So here we see that Alliance Block token serves as a multi-purpose tool to be utilized as the primary medium of exchange, means of reward for ecosystem participants, and network fee payment mechanism. In addition, the Alliance Block token will act as a currency reserve of the ecosystem reserve pool and as a governance token for voting and power delegation. The token utility and scarcity is further achieved via a number of deflationary features, including node staking, liquidity pooling, quarterly revenue-based token burns, and quarterly activity-based token burns. Okay, you see all the utility. It's a medium of exchange. There's a token burn, staking, network fees. Okay, you can go ahead and look through that. Now the use cases. Their website is so sleek. I really like it. Okay, and they give you articles, so you can go ahead and check them out if you're interested about it. And the roadmap. Okay, I was really impressed with this roadmap. It's pretty long, so I'm not going to go over it. But it tells you everything they've been doing, right? They're working with Accenture. Accenture is huge. If you know about Accenture and the work and the partnerships directly or indirectly they have with Ripple and XRP, watch out. Amazon Web Services, right? Okay, let me just highlight some big ones here, right? Hollow Partnership, Orion Protocol. Okay, let me see if I find anything else. API 3 partnerships. So it's showing the partnerships that they've gotten over the time. And honestly, this is a monster. And for the price that it is, I mean, it's gone up quite a bit since its bottom. But this is something to monitor going into a bear market, right? Because you want to go ahead, do your research and plan ahead. That's what planners do, what people with goals have in mind. Okay, so I'm not seeing much here that I want to highlight, but go ahead, feel free to go ahead and look at it and investigate some more. And honestly, looking at what they have going, I'm really impressed with everything about Alliance Block. And I think it's going to be important to uh, dig in a little deeper. And these videos are intended to give you an idea, to kind of show you um, the utility and the partnerships, right? And the team behind these digital assets. And I've highlighted the assets that I'm doing all have some kind of connection. And they're really building use cases. Okay. And here is a little bit of an intro to um, Alliance Block. And here, this is so, before I play the video, it talks a little about the Alliance Block protocol, which I think it's important to go over. Our product and solutions are divided into 3 layers, each serving a specific need in DeFi. The DeFi layer, the data layer, and the regulatory and compliance layer. Separately, they help DeFi projects grow and traditional finance institutions invest in our industry. Combined together, they create the financial infrastructure of the future. Okay, so you have the DeFi, data, and regulatory compliance. And they list it out. You can go ahead and check out more about it if you're interested. Okay, so real quick, let's tune in a little bit for this video.
As decentralized finance emerges rapidly, traditional finance institutions are only watching from the sidelines, unable to participate in the massive innovations, mainly due to compliance and regulatory restrictions.
Yeah, and they're working a lot with that.
How to connect traditional finance markets with the decentralized and digital asset markets
Exactly.
in order to allow a seamless and compliant flow of capital between both worlds.
And that's what they're
At
solving.
Alliance Block, we aim to bridge traditional finance and DeFi to add value to both areas and therefore create the future of finance.
They're the
The
bridge.
Alliance Block Protocol will help financial institutions eliminate inefficiencies and take advantage of the potential of DeFi. We will enable much greater access to DeFi products, which will see billions of dollars flow into the space.
And
In doing so,
especially if you're using the token as the medium of exchange, you're running all that money through the token.
we will unlock DeFi for the world. We are building the protocol as a series of interconnecting but independent modules. These modules will combine to form the Alliance Block
And you see how different digital assets are highlighted on for those probably different use cases for different institutions.
Protocol, but can also operate as standalone products. The initial product set includes 7 products. One of these products is our trustless Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering.
So I think just that beginning is important. And it also, you know how I highlighted this map on how they're in the center, right? And then they connect to everything else. So this align block token is going to be massive. So keep your eyes on that. I've been watching it. I've been looking at the charts to look. So, anyways, I hope that you guys look more into Alliance Block. This is going to be a monster. If you want more resources, go ahead and check out King Solomon or Kevin Cage. They provide a lot of resources, alternative resources. But this is going to be a monster. It really is. So check it out. This is the Mega Bowl Crypto Decoder channel. See you in the next one.